Alright, hopefully that set my microphone well this video. Thank you very much everyone just for even clicking on this video if you did that. I just want to let you know that you're an awesome person, and today is Thursday. Welcome back on Thursday. I'd like to make this video. I'd love to do everything in the morning, so today here I am. It's a little bit bright in my bedroom and that's okay. I think everyone deserves a chance in the brightness every now and then. I've been so used to the dark, and things need to change every now and then, and I appreciate that time. So there's always a lot of cool words out there that we can learn. Today I would like to explain one, and I guess also share some background, some info on one of them, and maybe you'll like it. If you do like it, like the video, please. If you like the video, oh, please like the video, please. I'm so desperate. I'm just kidding, whatever. Yeah, so I hope everyone's having a good day, and it's hot as hell out. Like, I got gloves because I got like Raynaud's disease or whatever it's called, Raynaud's syndrome, because I got like some stupid illness. Yeah. Today I don't know, and I'd like to go over that other video that I'd like to share with a little bit in the end. Anyways, the word today is called limerence, and the importance to that and why I really came across this. What that means for me may be something a little bit different for you. Are you one of those types of people that have trauma bonds and stuff constantly? I'm sure that you don't create them on purpose. Also, that really just explains sometimes you get lost on track and sort of just go everywhere, and you don't even really know exactly where you are in life or really who you are or why you're acting the way that you are sometimes. And it's not to say that, oh, you're acting this way, right? It's not like one of those things. It's like, you're not that like dick neighbor that like skateboards all the time and like throws wax all over the ground and like chucks beers everywhere and does like lines all the time and just like that type of ass. But instead, maybe your parents were someone that just either weren't there, maybe they were there, they have something going on mental wise and it hasn't been looked after or talked about. And I think that it's really important for someone to go out there and say, hey, look, I have a problem. I'm going to fix it. If you do that, you're a good person. You're changing the line of trauma. Neurodivergence has been a pretty big word lately. I'm sure that it will be thrown out for people that have suffered trauma or have like personalities that revolve around trauma, which I have to say, trauma does breed trauma. And in this video, I will explain that. Limerence, the definition of it, is a state of mind which results from romantic or non-romantic feelings from another person and typically includes obsessive thoughts and fantasies and a desire to form or maintain a relationship, which sounds good, right? A relationship with the object of love. So you're objectifying something. Instead of going and thinking the right way, now you're just going after the love and that's it. Like, it's almost narcissistic and you only care about that, and that's the feeling that a lot of people get. And maybe we focused on it too much. And the object of love, so when you're trying to maintain a friendship with a relationship, a friendship, whatever, with the object of love and have one's feeling reciprocated, you would like that. Limerence can also be defined as an involuntary state of intense desire. So it's something that you'd like, right? Like, for an example, you could even use it in the way that sex is, and that happens in many diverse ways. I did a lot of studying on this, so I hope that someone likes the video. Limerence has, it's part of the, I guess, the ideology or the theory that is the attachment theory. One of them anyways. It has been described as an involuntary, potential, inspiring state of adoration and attachment to a limerent object, which is an LO, something that just loves, or like, that's what you want. You want that love, right? We're all looking for it. And I feel people with stuff that are like lowering in happiness or maybe even like dopamine we go after. So for an example, if you're a drug addict and you're going after that, then that's like what you need. You need it to live, or you're going to have problems. You're going to have anxiety and stuff. They say that limerence is in accordance to people with OCD as well, too. It's like the same feeling. And pretty much no one that you pretty much have to have OCD to understand that, or you have to understand what I'm saying within the limerence side of the actual video that I'm putting out. My eyes look so bright. I'm like, oh my goodness, wow, they're just I look like an angel that just fell and hit Earth and exploded into a bunch of million particles of light and dust exploding in my face. Wow. Imagine if I shaved. Like, no one would be able to see me on this. Just wild. So, yeah. Anyways, sometimes I get distracted and that's fine. I do, and I have learned to have a little bit of train of thought sometimes. So with Limerence, you're going out there and you're having those emotional connections with people, forming that love attachment, and that's really what you want out of a relationship. Sometimes it's not always like that. You're looking forward for that, and if you don't get it, then that's a problem. That's like, maybe it's a dilemma. I'll just say dilemma. I hate the word problem. A dilemma is like some type of challenge or an issue or something that you're working over, of an obstacle or that's there in front of you. To say that someone can't go over that object or whatever it is to say that we're all victims. And I'm not about that. I don't want any one of these people to be victims. This video is getting a little bit long now, and I'd like to cut it short, maybe another few minutes here, and that's it. So thank you very much. If you have watched it so far, please leave a like and leave a comment down below if you like the way that I speak to people. If you like my accent, let me know. What do I sound like? I don't know. Just fucking go for it, man. It's like YouTube. You can talk about anything here pretty much, except for illicit materials and crazy things. So, get this. Limerence has different tendencies. So, Limerence is characterized by intrusive thinking and pronounced sensitivity to external events that reflect the disposition of the limerent object towards the individual, which makes sense. So, for an example, you wanted to go on stage, and now we're talking about rejection sensitivity here, which gets a little bit more in the niche, which a lot of people think that they have, and they're like, oh, I'm always trying to find the answers. Look, you can look for all the problems you want and never find the answer, which is the answer. Like, go out there and do something else instead of looking for problems consistently. The reason that this brings up to mind, and I'll get to that in a minute after I explain this, and I have a lot of other cool stuff that I like to share about Limerence. It's an extremely important word that I think that more of us need to know. So, Limerence is characterized by that intrusive thinking and the pronounced sensitivity to the external events that reflect the disposition of the limerent object towards you as an individual. So, for an example, like fear of rejection, stuff like that, you'll have like panic, you'll be like all nervous and oh my goodness, right? Which is okay to have a little bit of when you're looking someone in the eye and one person has more dominance over the other, which is good because now you get to know not like where you are. It's not cool to say that, oh, I'm better than other people, but it's good to know that you do have some type of controlling, some type of power there. I wouldn't say get to the point of being extremely controlling, but do the most that you can, and remember that everyone needs affection. Affection and fondness only exists as a disposition towards another person. So yeah, irrespective of those feelings are reciprocated. So yeah, where Limerence deeply desires reciprocation, but it remains unaltered whether or not it is returned. So that it's like, okay, so for an example, a trauma bond, and this is an important thing. So people with personality disorders like narcissistic and even borderline, they do this thing called discarding people. And I know that some people, oh, I didn't discard you. To the other side, what's happening is a huge disconnect between what that person has given you over time and what you now have. And you take that, and you want to take that. And the more and more that you take it, because it's okay to have maybe, I guess, like a little bit of Limerence in the idea that you are supposed to give back a little bit more than you take from the planet, especially if you feel like maybe you're a person that just doesn't deserve it. And in the long run, too, that's also damaging in yourself. That leads you more susceptible to the problems, to the challenges in life that would come back at you and steal from you. For an example, those people with certain personality disorders, narcissistic and antisocial, those people are more likely to abuse you. We see it in like serial killer cases all the time with people going out and the killers, they want to take advantage of people that like really need money, that are homeless or whatever. It's sick. People that are minority groups are the ones that sick people go after the most, right? Ones that no one really knows about or whatever. Maybe they do know about them, but they're really desperate. They need the money. And you can just take them and do whatever you want with them without anyone knowing. Like, it's sick and it's dumb. So those people, they get caught all the time. I wouldn't say that, hey, it's something to be proud of, but those people that have those types of problems actually like that. They like doing that. They don't give a crap about you. people with personality disorders, it's not something personal on you. It's like how the way of thinking, and it will never change. It is what it is. It literally never changes. And it just really doesn't. I've talked to people about it consistently. Maybe it does change in a few rare cases, but imagine being a narcissist and trying to get yourself into therapy. You don't give a crap about that. The reason narcissists go to therapy is because they're confused why things in life are just, they're not really going their way. And the reason that people go to therapy for borderline is similar as well. They're just confused. They got a lot going on. Bad stuff is happening, and they really have a lot to just say abound to their trauma as well. A lot of borderlines do have post-traumatic stress too, which Limerence is extremely comparable with in that matter, that those people, which means that those types of people are more likely to go after and date people that have narcissistic personality disorder, or people that maybe even have another issue like a dopamine or a serotonin drop receptor. Sure, that makes sense. Fair enough, right? OCD, and I get it. Like, I have OCD, and it's really cool, actually. The better your life gets, the more crazy you get sometimes. Or maybe when you're going down a little bit and you feel just really odd, that maybe that's like different types of thoughts come in. Anyways, yeah, Limerence, that may happen to those people because they want that type of thing to say, hey, like, I am 100% confident in something, which is unfair to anyone. You can't just be 100% confident, and you as a person should know that. You can be really confident, but it's almost impossible to stay like that forever, right? And what I mean is, like, you just can't be expected to do everything, right? Even if you are that really confident person, you are that gamma male or whatever they're calling there's a new type of male or like type of person, like ideology for life. There's alpha and then there's sigma or something. What's sigma? Like, to me, it's like sigma dick, man. Like, that's just like some stuff that you made up and you're marketing and profiting off of new stuff. Like, same with the neurodivergent stuff, which I guess that's a good time just to cut a little quick and maybe cut the video shorter today, not too long. Not going to go on a 20-minute rant, but I love this stuff. The controversy over the people that have like disorders and stuff that are extreme, that they're not seeking help for, that they haven't. Like, what we're going to do is make everything so neurodivergent that we're never going to help each other. We're not going to help each other as much, I feel. And I think that'll leave a broad spectrum of people also maybe feeling good too. And I guess that's okay. Maybe it'll wipe out hate for the most part, but we'll still have these problems. It will never go away. We'll still have these challenges in life that we need to alternate and change direction to actually make a change inside of our lives and everyone else's. And, it's tough. I have people in my family and other people around me with post-traumatic stress. For an example, people with that will be like guarded. They'll be guarded a lot, and they'll also share a bunch of their feelings and stuff, which is similar to borderline, right? And which makes sense. And it's similar, but it's like almost like completely different. Like, if you really think about the way that it is, because these people are they live trauma themselves as their personality, and then that's pretty sad. And also they're back and forth. And if someone's watching this, like that has that, like, you'll love as hard as you can, better than anyone else. And that's why certain people are bound towards you. And at the same time, you'll hate them as worse than the burning fires of the blue flames of hell. And it's a thing that happens, and it's sad that other people have to deal with it. And it's okay to say, hey, well, maybe, like, you can't just, like I've noticed a lot of times, like, we'll blame other people for our problems and stuff, and it's just, it sort of has to end with that. So with the neurodivergence going in, it's going to, like, totally flatline everything that we've talked about, and just, it's just going to flatline it to the point where people really have to think, and maybe it will make a change. Like, I'm excited to see what will happen with this word neurodivergence and Limerence as well. Like, people have sensitive rejection dysphoria, which is like an ADHD thing. A lot of people with ADHD have OCD, so maybe that's connected. Maybe those people have more of that than people with, different types of illnesses. Maybe it doesn't even have anything really to do with ADHD, but the OCD part. So it's a huge component in that, which I extremely relate to because, and I've thought about it before, I really need something to be confident or I'm not going to do it at all. It's like some type of perfectionism, which is totally wrong. Like, it's selfish, and It's rude. Like, I don't care. Maybe I'm like missing and I have that like empty hole, but it's similar to, and then maybe like, and it makes me sad because it's like the trauma bond thing is like, sucks because I don't know, maybe I had that. It lasted literally 2.5 years and it was sick. A lot of people that go through it date people with personality disorders and stuff, and like for like narcissistic, antisocial, borderline stuff, and it's a thing, and it's hard to talk about because I know I'm gonna get trashed by people with personality disorders. Narcissists aren't gonna watch this, though. They would comment saying something really stupid. Borderlines, they're gonna make either me feel bad or be accepting of it. There's no in between. We have to accept that. This video isn't meant for those people. This video is meant for people that it's meant for everyone. It's meant for everyone. So if you have these types of challenges and you're wondering what's going on, why are people so upset? It's because what happened is discards and stuff like that, which happens, which is pulling the rug out underneath someone, gives them anxiety, stress, heart problems, and I think that's a huge limerence with the trauma bond, and it's immense. People that are more susceptible to limerence may have likewise disorders or inconveniences in their life, let me say, which is a good word to say because I don't want to objectify people and make them feel bad, right? Like, oh, well, you're George saying a bunch of JoJo saying a bunch of stuff about other people. It's like, look, like we all have things. You don't know what's going on with my health. In fact, it's probably deteriorating faster than yours right now. And I have stuff going on and I have to wear gloves in the summertime. Why do I do that? It's like fucking 25 degrees out right now. Not all the time do I wear them, but it's getting to the point where in the mornings it's like 20 degrees, which just isn't good. And my hands are like turning different colors, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm not paranoid about it. I don't know, but and I guess like that's a little bit of lumerance, and that's why I would say, oh, I need that extreme confidence, or I won't do anything. Often people do have an extreme amount of lumerance. The reason I brought this up today is to help out people understand why maybe, or maybe you can figure out what's going on with you and really focus on yourself than looking for problems. If you do that consistently online, that's what you'll bring, which it just happens. You'll never move anywhere. Imagine looking at the past and staring at it forever. It's not like you had the trauma bond, but if you did, I understand, and all that. Like there's a whole type of different, I guess, comorbidities with it, right? Just like personality disorders and stuff. They have a lot of comorbidities in them, like, and I could say it right now, but there's websites you go to, and there's certain personality disorders that have more narcissistic. Like there's a lot of people with narcissistic personality disorder, and certain people with this personality disorder, how many in the stats of all them, you can get into it forever. Like, you know, women going to prison for what personality disorder, men going to prison because they have either antisocial or like narcissistic personality disorder. Antisocial is being the number one. For women, it's more of the emotional ones where they go to prison, where I think the average is like 15, 20%, even higher, and depending on the prison. But oftentimes things get misdiagnosed because you just see it as, hey, like this person is, they're emotional. It's how they're supposed to be. We're emotional people, right? Like there's stuff hidden behind that. And with the trauma bond, you get to see all of the pain and suffering all at once. All that lumerance is coming to an expansion near you. Anyways, I could go on and talk forever about this, but I hope my neighborhood, really, I hope it gets better. A lot of people are confused why they're unhappy in the neighborhood. And I think that it may have something to do with lenient families and maybe leaning towards that everything's going to be okay and stuff like that, when really there are problems. But yeah, I also have, I know people with post-traumatic stress, and I felt like I was the one person not to be, that I can't speak, like my father lives far away. I was moving constantly. I had a fear of rejection already a little bit, so at a young age, and I already knew that, like limerence and such was already there. Then in the meantime too, I felt like I couldn't talk about my feelings because no one was emotionally there. Like people in my family, like they have other stuff going on, right? My father's far away, and a lot of people suffer from post-traumatic stress, and they understand your feelings, but they understand theirs maybe a lot more because they're going through that trauma consistently, like reliving it. And what that does is it breeds trauma. Trauma breeds trauma, and it's It's literally, it's like, it's a fact of life, and we have to accept it. I don't care who you are. You have to accept that and learn how to have challenges. You know, hop obstacles, right? Yeah, hop obstacles. That would be good. Really should. Wow, these glasses are really dirty. I should probably spit on them. People would like that. Yeah, you little dirty people. You little dirty. You like that? If you liked the video today on Limerence and maybe just open up your mind a little bit more, I'm not like judging anyone here. I'm just saying these are things that I know, and I like to look stuff up and cool words and cool ideas, and I like to figure out like why people act the way that they do. And like it's cool. Like I'm not saying that I'm totally dispositioned from emotion. I had them, and I have emotions. I'm a human being, and yeah, like things have happened to me. Like I felt the burning fires of the blue flame with my discard. So if anything's worse than that, it would be I would tie it up literally with a kidney stone. It's one's painfully bad, one's just as emotionally bad. I had to join a support group, so someone's probably proud of that. The person that gave it to me is like, oh, fuck yeah. Or they're just going to play victim like their type of personality does sometimes. And it is what it is. And I'm glad that I went over it. Just taking the time to just move forward is important. I really have no fears at this point anymore. If someone tries to say anything about it and they want to see that I'm a bad person, well, go ahead. That's something, and that's cool that I get to say that, and I know that I'm saying that. Is sort of, I guess I still do have a little bit of Limerence in me, but it'll go away soon. I'm working really hard on it. Oh my god, my birthday's coming up soon. Please leave a like. Love my video, please. Please, I'm desperate. I'm just kidding. I don't bond like that. It's called trauma bonding. But yeah, being discarded gives you a trauma bond, though. It's like, whatever, thanks for that. Didn't know what happened. You little thief. You stole off disabled people, too. Anyways, thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.